Hello, team. How's it going? How's everybody doing? Very powerful day. We're going on through communications of two reception line centers. So everything is done through a correlation line center rotation. Censorship to high position line conditions, T reception to box line rotations is reprogramming everybody's mind line center to human species conditions. It's forming to high rotation. So the Earth line center is coming in T reception line center rotation. In communications, understanding what's going on with TikTok and how you see things in the sky, and you try to understand where's it coming from. It all comes from the ground line center, your Earth perception, what you see through directions, right? It's projecting what you see through perception. So that's what's happening with everybody, and everybody's going to be activated, plain and simple. I can't say it any other way. So I hope everybody's doing well. Hope Zoom went really well. I had a fantastic outing with Sacred Flame. We went to a restaurante that was fish. I had pescado, comedian papas, creme de la creme. It was good. I enjoyed it. And I had cocktail, the shrimp cocktail. That was good. And today, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for lunch and then I'll come back and then I'll do another live on TikTok. Get into formations. I'm going to head over to have some sushi. She wants sushi. I don't like sushi, but you're not going to say no. You know what I mean? It's all about making your woman happy, right? Am I right? Am I right? Am I right? Right. Groundhog Day. Bing! If you watch that where he repeats his cycles over and over and over and over and over, and Pexitoni, we got weather over here, and over here is the perception and all the conditions I hear. We got blazing systems over here in the line connections, cloud interference over here in the connections. I am the weather. So now's the time to really put yourself down in all rotation positions. All through calculations modified through your signals. To understand what's happening now is that there's a TV box reception that's in your program. And you come into your comedies, all levels of your drama, and everything through your thrillers and your horrors. That's what you live every single day. That's your perception. That's your reality. That's what you're living. That's stored in an information line system. Well, no more. That's being changed. All right. So it's all about locked dimensional interference to intergalactic line conditions. Your perceptions are changing high force positions. So there's a lock in line center. So in position, you'll be only watching programs into interline conditions. You can't change space TV reception anymore to all rotations. It's all in position to its ground line centers, clocking conditions. It's very powerful how we come to this position location. I sent you a very powerful TikTok of what's going on, right? It's all about you getting into your own programs, okay? Going into high positions of what you're supposed to watch. It's like positions of child locks, what kids are not supposed to watch, right? Framing systems, applications, cookies, right? That line system rotations, firewalls. All firewalls will change now. They're all changed. So a lot of things are happening right now, and we have to be cautious of what's going on. I also did another powerful TikTok where somebody came on and said, well, trust the factor, line interference, or anything through spiritual realm comes into connections, right? You can't really trust anybody. And he said, well, this is fantastic where you go inside, but how do you go inside? You have to be activated through the heart reactor. You have to be activated through the heart reactor. And that's why I'm here for divine timing. So everybody's going to feel different. So your TV receptions are like, so everything's in program line center right now in calculations. The actual streaming, everything that you see in calculation comes into more formations, what you see through your projecting, your projection, right? So think of you as a TV monitor. Okay, and it's all about understanding graph line centers, rotation, position line conditions, tri-stand communications, voice grids, voice line center conditions. So in positions, all positions of adults and connections are in a child lock. Interdimensional line center rotation positions. Everything through all level system is changed now. All right. So this is where everybody comes into the light. All right. It's fascinating, isn't it, what we can do? It's all done through the grounds, right? But everybody's got to be activated at the heart reactor, all right? Especially now because we got the hologram set up. We got a TV reception line center, okay? Imagine that you're a big jumbo screen, right? And we got everything through plant line center. And all intelligence is looking down at you right now, looking down at you and watching you, what you do now, being cautious in the rotations. There's going to be so many reacting cycles to its condition to its heart reactor rotation positions, right? Being cautious of what you watch, because everything through TV reception line rotation positions comes into your calculations. Your TV reception of what you see through projection is extremely important because you live those programs every single day. Comedy, horrors, drama, thrillers. Okay? All right? No more. No more. Program set. It's in a different line center now. Right? So everybody's going to be more in reaction. And this is all done through electrical light conditions. Interlines its system to its program position locations. Right? So the ground lock center is on a high rotation communication to ground locations to its clocking system, right? Humanity and new species line center is coming to revelation of a new reception. Ooh-ah. All right, this is fantastic stuff. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into the central system to the T reception line center. I know we're going to get into the chakra system rotations. I'll just tell you exactly how you're all programmed. Everything that you see is a program, right? Understanding what is TELE. What is that? What does this mean? What does this mean? What does this mean? What does that mean to you? Television. What does it mean? Teleportation. Now, all right. So you're watching television. It's all, what is it? Equals positions of program. It's a program. Everything's a program that you watch, right? Now, you got 4 line center rotation positions, allocate line conditions. Here's your box, right? Now, in positions, you have your comedies, you have your horrors, you have your dramas, and you have your thrillers, right? That's what you watch every day. Now, that programs you. Let me say that again. That programs you, right? Once you get into the heart reactor, that no longer programs you, right? Where do you think the TV reception comes from? All positions to the satellite. All right. So, understand the conditions to teleporting vision. Teleporting vision to that condition. So you're watching TV. This is okay. It's a beautiful day. You're gonna watch a football game. This is you through your line center. You're in positions. You're sitting down to line center rotations. You're watching a TV game. Okay. Now you have to understand what's going on, right? How it works in all of the cycles. All right. There's the TV. There's you, right? Okay. Right now, to understand, this is what happens. Your third eye opens up. Woo, 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 woo. Goes into the TV. Right now, TV responds back to you. Right. Consent sonar. Right. Programs you. Right. Activations line center. Let's go into allocate line conditions. Interference position line centers comes into your box line center. Comedy, drama, depending on what your day is. 24/7, 7 days a week. All right. Thrillers and horrors. Now, this all depends on you through calculation line conditions. Right. What you're watching every single day resides on the TV reception line. Okay. So how many days do you watch comedy? How many days do you watch drama? How many days do you watch thrillers? How many days do you watch horrors, right? That calculates and modifies line center rotation positions. 24 equals 7, right? So the equals line center to position locations. Everything through times pi is a circle rotation of a clocking system, right? So you have to truly understand that your programs are changed now. Okay. All right, so this is a clocking system locations. Box center to its line center goes into center rotations to its condition. All right. It's interesting how you go into the comedies and what we watch in drama, what we watch in horror, watching in thrillers. Everything you watch is nothing but a program. And that program is taking over you, and you're not aware of these things. And that's what puts you into, what does it put you into? Miscalculation. Your modified line centers and your streamlined positions all set up through your thoughts. Your thoughts are connected to activation core line connections, but it's all done through your clocking conditions. So one thing comes in and one thing goes out. So when you're structuring communication line centers, clocking system rotations, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 clocking system rotations. All right. So we go into all clockings of comedy, horrors, thrillers, and dramas. All clocking system. Right. Okay, no, I'm just showing you how powerful it is. And this is a Trinity symbol. The reason why I'm doing this, because it's your chakra system. Before we go into the hardline center, I want you guys to be prepared to what you're going to see next. Right, so I'm setting this up before you go in cycle. Yes. All right. Questions or comments, you go through my email. Anything else, let me know. All right, so go into this position here. Understand what it is. Everything is projecting a projection. Yes, this is what you live every single day. As soon as you get up in the morning, you're watching comedy. All positions, right? 12 clocking systems. Comedy, horrors, drama, or anything connections. Thrillers, right? Now, it's to understand what is the center operation of you in calculation, right? What are you watching through flux capacitor? Whoa, look at that. Wait a minute. So if you're watching two channel line centers of comedy and everything horror, whatever, everything about happening to the comedies and everything through all positions of your thrillers. So everything line signals to its line conditions. Oh, there we go. Now we're in position, right? So the clocking system to its line system comes into each box location, compilation line center. It depends on how much you use your thoughts every single day through its rotation center location. All right. So it sets positions of you through your clocking system. How many times do you watch all this every single day? Right? Rather than turning the TV off and going outside and seeing nature. Hey, nature's more fun than watching TV. Why do you think it's all misconcepted? That's what's taking over your mind. Everything that you watch. Let me say that again. It's everything you watch. And people aren't aware of these things because this is what you do every single day. I told you everything through comedy, everything through drama, everything through horror, or anything through connections of thrillers. Everything is 4 within cycle. Baby, child, teenager, adult. Whoa. So the centralized system is what through calculations? What is it? 4 centralized centers of clocking line condition interference. Trinity stand, you're coming into this every single day through perception, right? All through an X line center to your positions of reflex capacitor line channels. So it's all about what you watch every day. Programs your mind line center, goes to the 8 shifts and location line positions, goes into its 8 track line center. See the 8? Let's see in rotation. I'll show you through calculation what it is through line center. So it's infinity 8 circle. Here we go through calculation. There it is. Whoa, there we go. All right, so at inch line centers, we go into rotation line system. Whoa, what's that? It's coming into a windmill line center. Okay, it's acting through its core line center. It's going around. Look at that. 3 line center rotation position line connections. There we go. All right. So it's true to understand the more you watch TV, the more it destroys. All right. So the faster it goes, what happens to the clocking system? It miscalculates. Yes. So 12 goes over here. 2 goes over here. 4 goes over here. 9 goes over here. See? Misconception. It changes your clocking systems from 12, right? Times pi is everything through 12, 3, 6, and 9. Okay, not 12, 9, 6, 3, or anything line center. So whatever you watch is mixing line center rotations of pattern line centers to T reception or box line centers, or anything you watch through your 4 location position line connections, guys. That's a truly understanding how powerful we are when we watch TV and 4 box line centers, all levels of comedy, drama, thrillers, or horrors. All right. So, and the true understanding is, what is it all about? Why do I reprogram you? Well, I don't just reprogram you through clocking. I reprogram and fix your digital systems and calculations. So let's move one step forward. Understand the connections of what's happening with your television. Teleporting, okay, information. Teleporting information. vector line centers, okay, sectoring, okay, interference, operation. All right. So this is Trinity standard position locations. What's going on through your line center? Okay. Everything is done in the now position. All right. It gets complicated as we go, but you understand what your tracker system is. It's nothing but a TV reception of box line centers of your comedies, dramas, thrillers, and horrors. Hoo-ah! Now, this is where you come into your thought line center. It gets complicated as we go here. Let's pay attention to this. All right, so once we get into that positions, you have to tend your clocking system is the most important thing. So anybody that heal through rotation, let's go into the clocking system rotations, right? Depending on what your thoughts are through allocated line centers or anything connections to your human residence, okay? Why it's so important to understand these things. Okay, why is it so important? What we watch. Why is it? We protect our kids. We put child locks in programs, right? Why do we do that? To protect our kids. All right. So if you watch something that doesn't agree with you or anything in rotations, let's say you go into 12 cycle, the rotation spins and says something like this in rotation. This is how fast you are through your perceivers in your cortex. Let's say it goes round and round and round and round and round through clocking rotations. Now it goes in its dimension line center to its condition high position line center. It comes out as equation line interference 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You live 12 rotation line centers all through your clocking system, guys, every single day. Now, this puts you in positions of what? For rotation line centers, or box line centers, box equals box, okay? Box equals box. All right? Now, this is what you watch every day, right? So every time you travel through direction of timeline center, let's say it's 12 o'clock. It's 12 o'clock, just finished, having your coffee, your breakfast. Now you're going to have a rest. You get up and watch TV. 12 o'clock comes in, you're going to watch a comedy. All right. 12 here, there's comedy. Great. So comedy is laugh, ha, ha, ha. It's funny, right? So that goes in rotation. That goes to center line center. So it spins the spin line center rotations to your communication cycles. So it goes faster and faster through its rotations, dimension line center. So that's good. Comedies are good to watch. Sometimes there's slapstick or anything, like black and white or anything satire. Doesn't matter. But as long as you understand you're going forward in time rotations, right? So, and that's the most important thing, why we put position locations of 4 trap line centers or anything through 4 box locations. Pay attention. This is where it gets complicated. All right. So once we get into the comedy line center, it goes to position. There we go. All right. Now, let's say it's 2 o'clock and it comes into rotation. This gets confusing. I'm going to change the colors line center. I changed my behavior line center. I'm going to watch a horror. Okay. So it's 2 o'clock. All right. It's 2 o'clock. All right. I'm going to watch a horror. Okay. I'm watching a horror at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm saying, okay, well, most horrors are done at nighttime. It doesn't matter. You watch horror anytime. So thinking of what you are through perception line center, depending on what you're watching through calculations. So really, there's a lot of violence in position locations to horror. Something that's tasteful, that's totally fine. But everything that's just, it doesn't make any sense. That's me being a professional actor catches on very quick. All right, so you have to ask yourself, where am I doing with my thoughts? What am I watching? Let's say you're in the negative cycle. That's going to change it to black. Yes, black cycle, rotation line center to its connections. All right, so what's going to happen is you're going to create an anomaly, switch line rotations, and create a high line center to a low division rotation to its connection. All right, so you're not going to high rise. You're going to go down. The clocking system. So this moves the 2 over to here. Okay, it's complicated, right? So 2 goes over here now. So that's mixing the mind line center to its programming interference, right? This is what I go through every single time. So I change your clocking system to dimension line rotations, all right? You're 12 in positions to your body, 7 within the body line center, and 5 within the adversary line positions, all right? Pay attention, right? Test review and evaluations coming up. Hoo-ah! All right, so actually, when you go in that position line center, you got to make sure you're in the positive system. You're negative line center. you're coming into dark matter. So when you're watching a horror, what happens? You start projecting what you see now. So you're creating your own anomaly. Okay. So, and that's what you truly understand when you come into anything to that level system. This is what happens. It doesn't high rise, it goes down, and it changes the number from 2 over here. And then I got to put the 2 back over here, or I have to put the 10 back over there, or the 12 that's here, put it back over here. So it's changing your digital clocking centers of your placebos, of your thoughts, and what you watch every single day. Okay. So it gets complicated, doesn't it? Right? Recommend to watch comedies. Fantastic. Be cautious in what you watch. Right? So when you do that, it circles rotation to its backline center. It doesn't go forward in rotation. So this is where it confuses the mind line center to its conditions. So you have this going forward in position. This is going forward, but this is going back, right? So what does that do? It changes your clock. Oh, this is exciting. 7. Okay, we got 10 over here. We get 8 over here, 11 over here. Let's say we got 2 over here, and we got 12 at 6. That's what it looks like. And that's what Ellen was trying to draw. Right? Try to understand everything through calculations all through all levels of you. Your rainbow activation line center is in position to all levels of your comedies, your horrors, your thrillers, and your dramas. Okay? So every time you watch something, okay, that has no relation or anything that doesn't make any sense, it goes into a negative cycle, right? Because life is about moving forward, not moving back. You're moving back, you're changing your clocking system. And that's where you lose laws of transition into watching, teleporting of vision, all 3 box center line conditions. Okay. All right, so what does everybody think so far about this? How powerful is it to just go outside and look at nature? Hope I got your attention. All right, let's see here. How's everybody doing? Tina, how you doing? Commander? All right, it's great to see everybody. It's fantastic morning, Sunday. Birds are chirping. All right. The gatos are getting along with each other now. I got Cinco. But they're catching on right quick. Let's see here. I was so blocked up. I've been wearing me out all week. That's because you're journeying line centers. And again, it's important on what you watch on TV, guys, because I'm just telling you exactly how powerful what's going on. Right, because you're all connected to the 4 cycles of rotation positions. But the Earth now is in a full cycle of the TV reception of a hologram center. So this is going to block interference. Okay, and now you guys have to be cautious in what you watch. Everything's going to be reaction. Wait and see. I got some relief yesterday. I recommend drinking some diluted apple cider vinegar, lots of water. Let's go. Great. Hydrolysis, digested enzyme. Yep, very good. Clear up the systems. Do everything you can. Sherry, how's it going? Was there a trailer today? No, there is no trailer today. No. There'll be trailers from time to time. No worries, Chris there. Okay, great. Communicating post-code videos showing positive UFO showing everywhere. Great. Good morning again. Incredible. Wonderful. Yeah. This is a very powerful video for you guys to watch to understand what is programming through you and why your clocking is extremely important when you go forward. The reason why people can't go forward is because they're watching remote viewings of themselves. They don't understand their projections. They don't understand what's going on with their perception. They have no clue what's going on with their dreams, and they have no connections to their placebos or anything to their cortex. Cortex, precortex, visionary cortex line centers, visual programming interference line center, telegraphing, teleporting, telecommunicating, infusion line interference, anything through trap line rotations to all levels of you, through your comedies, your dramas, your thrillers, and your horrors. Right? That causes interference every single day. And you wonder why you can't move forward. Go outside and look at nature. Find other things to do. All right. Thank you, Ellen. So much to learn. Yeah. Well, that's exactly, Ellen, why you were drawing that out. right? So I'm giving you what you need to know. I want to attend to stuff kept coming out next week. Well, that's great. Excellent communication. Great. You guys are doing really well. It's great to see that. I saw Alicia. She sent me a video. If you guys want to do that, it's fantastic. It's great to see that you guys are coming into your light language of communications to higher planet locations and how you're coming into channels, which is amazing, right? So it's fantastic what's going on with everybody. All right. Did you email me? Okay. You got communications. Great. You guys are connecting better. And that's what I want. Communications to each other, right? Like this. Not like this, not like this, like this. That's communication. All right. All right. Closing YouTube back in. Okay. Great. Changing buzzing. All right. Okay. You have to understand what the program is of you. That's all it is. It's balancing what you watch because it disrupts your channels and it changes your digitals and your clocking system of travel. I just show you what actually happens with your box centers and TV reception. Okay. Yeah, Christopher, you're confused to your box line center connections. You had an emotional day yesterday. Everybody had an emotional day yesterday. Especially when you go through cycles, right? So everything will balance out. All right, communications, great. Oh my God, I'm flying fast, too much coffee. Yep. Coffee's good, just don't drink too much. Yep. All right, do from spare, slow now. Okay, so but you get a true understanding of what happens to you, right? And why you can't move forward and why you're lost. Oh, I don't remember something 5 minutes ago, right? So what is your mind telling you to do? Not to watch certain things because it changes your clockings of travels, right? So that's the reason why we do test reviews and evaluations, guys, because what you have in the mind is different on paper. The mind has to be the same concept of what you have on paper, right? Lori came to me that position conditions. Everything is just 12, 3, 6, and 9. She was getting her diamond core. She's getting into her high positions, ground rotations to its realm, which is fantastic. The only problem is that she had mixtures of the mind line center to a clocking system. 12, 9, 6, 3. No, 12, 3, 6, 9. Perfect example why you guys are not connecting to travel recognition time decisions. Make sure you be cautious when you're watching TV. All right. All right. Building the house, skyrise, building, growing the timelines, architects, visions, create depending on the floor. Building, yep. Great visual, yep. Okay, communications there. You guys doing well. All right, so we're going to go through your chakra systems now, just to know exactly how to use it through all of you, right? Try to understand that. Well, you got 80 communication chakras. That's a lot of watching 2 TV reception box system locations. So, what are your chakras? They're TV receptors. They're microchips. They're computer line center locations. They're all compute level systems to your digital frame. All right. All right. He's explaining more. I am explaining. Yes, I am, Commander. So you guys get a true understanding on what your kids should watch. Right. So we put child lock interference to adults now. All right. Let's see. Yeah, I can't watch horrors because it changed my mind is too real. It's so real. It's just like the program center will just change all levels of travel and it reverses cycle lines interference and it will change the box TV reception and change over my program, all from watching a horror, psychological thrillers or anything positions. Whatever you watch projects you. What will you do next? Be cautious. All right, we fixed everything in a dream. Yeah. And back to the dream escape. Yeah. I told him that the dreams can face the fears. Yeah. Master their dreams. Yeah. That's a good idea. Get in better communications when you sleep. Yeah. Mostly important to understand when you sleep, you know exactly what's going to happen. And when you go into travels, when you're sleeping, you know, oh, I'm prepared. I know what's going to happen with my dream. But it's not a dream. It's visual cortex, the T receptors. Okay. That's what your chakra systems are. Okay. You guys are coming to higher levels. And if you want to get into your 100 chakra system, you have to understand the clocking systems of all programs. All right. Yeah, I know. It's fantastic how we're high rising to an alliance, eh? All right, so we got in positions, but this is a no-no. Okay, because you're confusing line line centers and positive negative line rotations. So if you create more negative line center, it's changing your TV box rotations and changing your programs. So every day you get up in the morning or in the afternoon or at night, you'll be watching horrors because that's your program. So it's in a clocking system and it will stay there unless you change it back, right? Change your thoughts, right? There you go. All right, so let's get into the ground power of the Amsterdam line rotations. Let's go into 7 rotation line centers. Illumination light interference come to rotation 7 and positions 2, 5. All right, 7 body water track systems. Let's see, equals high level rotations box slash, just put alliance. Okay, I already set up the code line system. Okay, in position locations. All right. So it's the 7 bodies and waters of each and every line center. Individual line system rotations. So what's going to happen is you're going to travel to each chakra system. You're going to vortex jump, right? So it's going to go. So you're going to go through cycles of clocking, and you're going to represent every single level. So it's like going up a totem pole. So you're going to know everything through calculation, identification line centers, and all levels of your TV box system to how you communicate to your TV receptions of energy cells, right? Because that's what the chakras are. But you have to have the clocking system, which is line conditions, right? All right. So we get 5 in the atmosphere line center, rotation to its line conditions, slash alliance. All right. It's amazing. You set the code line center rotation to 24/7. Okay. Equals clock. All right. 24/7 equals clock. All right. Bring it forward, right? Positions into 7 line center, line conditions and interference channel. Coming into I positions, box line center, put it in the positions, the power location line positions to its dimensional line conditions. Put the force team in high positions to all levels of the galactic forces, the GFLs, and everything, the rebellion to their box connection of interference channels of comedy, drama, thriller, and horror line center conditions. In position to its line system, put them in backpacking line conditions, high position to its core line centered conditions, take them out of the equation line rotations, get them into identification line center to its condition high force line center rotations, put them in their 80 chakra communication centers of rotations. 20 minutes, have fun. Ooh-ah. Understanding clocking interference, that's the most important. You have to understand the calculation. All right, so you guys will start off the grounds of the earth, work up through the roots. You're going to go through 1 all the way up to 80. So, and that's what you live every day. It's nothing but a program. Television. Let me know what you guys pick up, and then we can move on. Truly understand what you are is amazing through your transponders, how you come transmitting and receiving information every single day. But you have to send your satellites. See? You guys have no clue what this is. You have no clue what this is. No clue what that is. What's this? Cross signal, right? Cross signal overlap. Cross signal overlap, right? So we have to learn all this, don't we? We're getting better and better and better and better. All right, so I see Amber large slug gush from my heart. Yeah, big cleanup, bubbling away. I see lots of bubbles using Merkaba to jump. You guys will all go through your individual pocket line center individually, but you'll see each other. You always, always will see each other in travel. As long as you guys understand that you're nothing but a TV recycle, that's all it is. You just have to understand your programs. Right? So, I see the program rooms. He's putting us in. Wow. Heck, Commander season now. Actually, know what it looks like to be here inside of a chakra system. Yeah. Yeah. It's a program room. Very good, Commander. Earth's first step. Yeah. Safety, warmth to the ground's chakras, feeling trauma, root chakra. You guys don't have to worry. You're just going through frame to frame to frame. And everything that I do is protecting you. So don't worry about that. You're just trying to understand your TV receptors to all program settings. Okay. And why it's so important to watch what you put on your TV reception. Any drama and this beautiful. And I cry and I feel like I'm hugging Mother Earth. Seeing lines of roots goes into the earth from my root chakra. Very good, Samantha. Smell of earth and grass and plants. Cool, Samantha. Super grounding and calming. Connected and safe. Yeah. Once you go higher, it's going to get more complicated. And then you're sending positions of your computers. Tone line centers, coloration and interference, everything position. Right? It's like very powerful TikTok that I did, right? I was in the hologram, 1 million track line center rotations. When I reverse the cycle rotations to its connections, okay, putting the audio in slow motion. Who you're connecting with, right? That was a voice 1 million years in the future. Transponding information to transformers. Very powerful communications to computers. So, liquid metal, but plasma spine. Yeah, very good, Ellen. Excellent. Incredible. Well, she's understanding, Ellen's getting a little bit more understanding the connections to what the spine is. Great. Going in deep, breathing, beautiful. We're amazing machines. Yes. Amazing Nix is powerful Omega. Very good. How to put all level positions together, your theta, betas, your deltas, and your omegas. Heart burst, thank you. Yep. I'm going through cloud and bubble tunnel. Yeah. And again, it's giving you guys upgrades. So this is going to put you in balanced TV reception line centers to each chakra system to know exactly what they are. Once you understand who you are inside, everything starts working out. Say, okay, this is powerful stuff. I'm starting to understand my program, my TV reception. Every time I go into the pod system, I'm moving forward. Every time I go back, I'm changing my clock and system here. So, healing to do the sacral chakra. Christopher, pick up a color you love, sunflower, solar plexus to clean up the clouded bubble. Yeah. Eat today, I want to another day like yesterday. Have to do healing in my second as well. Yeah. So try to understand when you're going into your program settings. Remember how we went into the solar plexus and the communications line centers of high positions coming to calculations to the seat of the soul, which is the mothership, and you got the motherboard. Well, it's true understanding is cleansing each chakra every single day. Every single day. That's the most important thing. It's like having dust on your TV, right? Your satellites will be off, like system, right? It's like bunny ears, like okay. It's all about resetting your programs at your travel position locations, and that's why it's mostly important to understand how to protect yourself every single time when you watch TV. Oh, thank you, Ellen. Appreciate that. Yeah, well, like I said, it's all about you in position to understand more through calculations. And that's the importance that you have to understand More you understand you are inside of transmitting and receiving, then you're saying everything your TV box receptions. It's nothing but programming. You guys are coming into higher positions, and I can't put you higher until you understand each chakra system and what it is. Yeah. The solar chakra energy, highline centers and position locations. So that's the first you understand is the 7 bodies of water and 5 conscious levels. That's the first track system comes into your 12 strands. Guys, you're born with that, right? Now people start off with the 3 lowers, the 4, maybe 5, but nobody's in position of 12 into that connections until you understand high positions. And when they go through your healings during that system, when you start off through activation, that puts you into 30 out of 20 into 30 because you don't want to be in the matrix at that level. It's very hard to understand the tesseract of you through the program. So not only you have to know each chakra system of 12 strands, you have to understand the operation, how it connects to all levels of travel through your clocking system. So that's the importance you have to understand. And you notice my voice is more raspy, right? Because I'm a TV receptor now. So, you know, the static. If you're in static line center, you're in a negative line rotation, right? Fire, you're burning your circuitries, right? Air, you're spinning your wires in I-line center rotations, changing clocking systems. Water, mixturing line centers, electrical lights go out, right? So there's a lot of things you have to understand with wire. You put wire after rain, what happens? Right? Truly understand how to use this as operation inside your positions. The hydrolysis, the mainframes, the mind frames, the calculations, modifications, line centers, computer operation line systems, computer programs, the activation programs, light programs, coloration programs, digital framing programs, clocking programs. So many levels of intensity. The value is you and how to protect yourself through your pyramids, right? That's the number one, you know? All right. Take it all in, yeah. Helping me, that's great. Great, Commander. Excellent, yeah. And Sweaty, yeah, he sounds like thunder. That's exactly, yeah. Once you go higher, you come into his voice, yeah. Thanks for the new riddle. Energy being cleared out. Oh my God, chakras. Describe no words. But see, that's exactly what it is, Lieutenant. You can't describe it, but when you see it, you understand it, and then you get to understand how to. Remember how we go through the solar chakra energy positions? That you take out the old, you flush it out, you bring in the new. It cleans your chakra systems, the ground line center. That's the most important thing, right? You have an old TV, sparks out, you get a new TV, right? Same with your phone. You replace it. You have to. Change is everything, right? Okay. I mean, this is not the 80s. This is not the 90s. You're not going to have a Motorola that's something that's bigger than your hand. You know, you got this antenna. You know, remember we started off with the flip phones, and now we have high technology of higher positions of phones that are a computer now. Everything in time has to change, and it's all done from inside. It's the mechanisms of travel line center to position location to computer program locations. So you guys are coming more into your compute level system, your computation and everything through computers and your hardware and programs, or what they are through your tracking system. So starting to feel the red sun beaming coming out of my lower spine. Oh, I'm in the green hearts, holographic and green and beautiful. Oh, cool. Oh, my metal music. I can hear the frequencies. Well, there you go, Veronica. That's what you want. All right, so pay attention to this, guys, because this is going to be on the test. All right, remember, let's see. Programming is not what we programmed to think it was. Us, yeah. Awesome, Brian. I feel I'm getting adjusted to this low vibration. I feel here to level out my knowing. You come into more positions, understanding your all level conditions, how you come to ground's power of the adversary. So those are 3 cycles that you understand. That's the very basic, very beginning. The ABCs, 1, 2, 3 of your programs. Getting into your alphabetical line center and getting into new program line center rotations. Once you go higher, as you understand more of your programs, right? Of you. Yeah. Just replace the TV. Good. I feel my system lagging. Something needs to be reapplied. Yeah. Commander, you can do that. I feel amazing letting go of the program. Yeah. See, there you go. Veronic's letting go of her program. She understands positions. See, when you go inside, you can start connecting better. I can basically fiddle around with this, fiddle around with that, tweak this, tweak that, you know. It's all to shut down. Eyes open. I see floating away, Veronica. I had to step back and disconnect from it. Sideways of my spine are getting set up. The ribs. Oh, there you go. Ellen's readjusting her spines and her satellites. Nice. I can see that through graph system line connections. Truly extent everything inside you is nothing but a TV. It's really powerful. Sideways. Yeah. Flew into the rectangular now. Seeing triangles. Yeah. The abuse was not me. It's programming it. Well, yeah. There you go. Now you know it's not you. Now you understand the program. It's all that negative line center that you've been communicating with for the next 20, 30 years. Like, oh gosh, what did I just do now? When you go inside, you start reprogramming. Taking this out, taking this out, taking this out, right? It's like when this, nope, taking this out, throw it away, put that in, replace this, activate this, correlate that, put that in position, change that line condition, change that graph line center, throw that out. That's all it is. That's all it is. And you get better and better and better and better and better and better and better each day, right? And then you know exactly what to watch, right? Because you always see yourself going forward, right? Because you're nothing but transmitting and receiving information to your transponders. So, Don, how you doing? So happy I could cry. My heart is pouring open with gratitude. Yeah. Fluent in the marrow is clean and hard to reach. Yeah. All my repressed expression is frozen. My throat chakra replacing this freeze with the new T. There you go. See? You guys are connecting to computers now, which is fantastic. That's what I want. I need you guys in full alliance. So I prefer sitting outside rather than the TV. Good. I was helping you last night. Do you remember? Wow, massive golden glowing crystal. Is that my chakra? Yeah. So, Christopher, it's all about what you're seeing inside. Everybody's going through their own circuits, your own programs, your own activations, your own positive system, your own negative line center. It's all about you understanding how to understand the operation of you inside operation connections, the psychosis, and all opposition. Alpha line I was attached to the story and energy. Yeah, it makes more sense, right? Of what you are. It's all about how you were programmed. And how things can easily be taken over if you don't understand your central system or anything to your connections of your avatars. Right? You guys are in your computers now. You're no longer in your higher self. You're no longer your avatars. You're in your computers now. Right? You want to go higher levels, you have to understand more of your compute level system. Your computation line centers and all digital frame positions. And then we get more track system of Vega communications. And we go into higher level rotations into the future, a higher position of planets. Planets that are on computer lines. Very, very powerful technology locations into nanotechnology. So once we get into that, now we're on our way. So, all right, touch the story. Wow, new TV along with 8 chakras, 112 12, 7, 1, down with 2. And the thing is, too, is that you guys can see your digital lock system and you can change your programs. Like 12 is over here, you can put it back here. 1 is over here, you can put it back here. 2 is over here, you put your 2 back over there. 3 is over here, you put your 3 back over there. So you learn how to do this yourself, right? The color blue has no so much importance to me. Now I see the connection to my throat chakra and self-purpose. See, now you understand the connections to your chakras and what it means, right? Getting chills, releasing so much all programming, yes. Sapphire, Joe. Pouring in the dark blue and pink, yep. 294 shaping, yeah. Blue is my color, major importance to Jill. Oh, that's great to see you guys are coming back. So it's like one TV communicating to another TV. And that's what it is. That's all it is you guys are just TVs communicating with each other to that line conditions. So, and to understand all levels of your telewaves, telecommunications, teleenergy line centers, or anything through infusions. So you get your TVs. This is you through calculations. One TV here, one TV here, one TV here, one TV here, one TV here. All right. Let's say you got 5 box line channel locations in position. All right. So you come into high positions, right, to the galactic forces. You come in the GFLs. Okay, and you come in positions to all levels of the rebellion. Now the rebellion is always in the center now. Okay. So this is a Trinity stand where it comes in application line center interference in position line connections. All right. This is the order it goes in. This is the order. And these are TV receptions that you're trying to stand to position. So this is all about understanding how you communicate through your triangle connections to each other. All right, that triangle opens up. Your pure activation line center goes in position locations. There's activation core line centers. Communicates to other TV reception lines to its connections. Opens up all channels to the flux capacitor locations. All right. Right. To its connections. Right. Sets out waving cycles to its line system. Sonar to its line rotation. Comes back in channel rotation. Comes into dimensional line center to its box location of its new TV reception. Hooah! See the antenna? See the telephone pole? Right? Teleportation, TV reception, calculation line connections, all right? All done through you, 3 box centers. It's amazing how we come in this position. Extremely informative when you come in that line center, guys. All right. Well, purple is my connection, is my solar plexus, power, cosmic breath, angel, healing song. Good. Commander's crying. That's good. Opening up more. You have shown me how I can replace my old programs, negative programs, identified localized. And that's what it is. You guys are ready to understand more now, right? It gets easier, right? When you go higher, and you can start programming your own systems, right? Not healing everybody else, just you. That's just the basics. You can't heal anybody else until you understand the particles and the cells, guys. It's very complicated stuff because you're just working with the chakra systems now. Got a long way to go, but you're doing fantastic. But the more you understand your chakra systems, the more you can basically recenter my receptor lines is off signal. Yeah, okay, the calculation modification off system. Oh yeah, the T reception's coming into throat patterns. Now it's calculating modified back into your reception, cleansing it to its line rotation, put it back in calculation. Done, right? Throat comes in, fixes it, throat's good. That's it. Reprogrammed. See? Fast and efficient. All right. All right. What color do you see? You have a piece of my puzzle. Yeah, don't get confused to your line centers or anything computer box line rotation. Just concentrate on your program system. Okay. You're welcome, Janet. Now I see how really it is to rectify. Yep, once identified. Well, there you go. And that's all it is, guys. That's all it is. Right now you get a better understanding, right? You have to master yourself first before you heal others. You don't just, oh, wait a minute. I do know myself inside, but am I able to heal anybody? See, you're doubting. There's something that's not connected. Remember, you are programming your positions, but imagine how they're programmed. They can be extremely off cycle through dimension, through clocking. Clocking itself is hard because the chakra systems are all miscalculated. So you have to reset them up, set them all up again. Maybe you have to cleanse their operation systems, right? Maybe you have to use fuming centers or communication line interference. There's so many things in their ecosystem that to fix in rotation. So concentrate on yourself. All right. I'm seeing a vertical line, purple line, green triangle touching on the right. Well, my lower spine, trust your heart. You set this up for yourself, maybe. And the thing is, you see these things inside now. All right. Remember, indigo, a third eye, chakra feels like it's bioluminescent science. Yeah. In the gardens at night, gorgeous lights, the shadows of moonlight. See, when you understand each structure, everything gets easier how to travel through it. But the clocking is very important, right? You understand why. Right? Alpha from 1 to 7, making new story box. 12 and 2 are yellow. Wow, cool. 2, 4, 9, 10. Yeah. And think about it, that's a lot of chakra systems to understand. 1 to 80. When I went to applications, I had to go to 114. I had to know every single one of them. And then I had to go through every particle. And then I had to go through every cell. Just imagine how many cells are in your body. Right? I know how to activate every single one of them and reprogram them. Just imagine where I am at. Ooh. So it's very powerful. It's connecting more, isn't it? To understand your positions. Why it's so important to understand your transponders and receivers. Right? 1 gray, 2 yellow. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So where do you think you guys are? How do you think you're getting all this information? What year do you think you're in? I don't tell you these things, but when you understand how far you travel, it's amazing how you go into the high rotation positions up to your computation line interference and positions. Your tracking system, where do you think it is through GPS system? $5 million line center rotations of the years in rotation connection. You're 5 million years in the future. 5 million years in the future, right? So you're getting information that you need to understand. Everybody's an application line center, individual pocket system rotations. You have to truly understand each box line center to reception to its location. Then you understand full communications of your chakra systems. And then we go into 100, and then we go into higher rotation to your computers. 5 million years in the future. That's where everybody is. In my space and time. Hooah. There you go. You see each chakra as a new rainbow TV. There you go. I see the digital matrix around general when you go on a fast spoken calculation through your space voice. Yep. Yeah, you guys have come more informed with your general. and you'll see more of me. It's kind of like seeing me as a particle, seeing me as an atom, seeing me as molecular light, seeing me as a 2D box exception. I'm everything through energy. I'm everything through form. I'm everything through digital. I'm everything through line. I'm everything through matrix. I'm everything through box. I'm everything through clocking. I'm everything through space. I'm everything through time. So 5 million years in the future, you guys are at. That's fast for your clocking system. Yeah. Starting off at alkaline line centers, 5 gamma interference to program line rotation puts you in alkaline line centers of all sequences of connections of vector correlate position locations of times of pi. Calculation of modified line center positions, okay, because you're all positioned at fifth dimension, right? Fifth dimension, 5 million years in the future. All right. But think of this as how is the general that you put us in 9,000 in dimensional body and positional connections to high positions of ninth dimensional body to communications to a 9,000 air. Well, it's different when you're going into the body than when you're on a planet. That's where the cyclists get a little bit off system. True to stand positions, you understand more calculations when you go to your line center. You go from in and out. But when you go to higher levels, you go from in and out, out to in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. So that's where the centralized system comes into positive and negative lines and rotations to its computer operation line center. So truly understand why I put you into 5 million years in the future to that position. So, and it's all done through this equation, right? You get a more understanding what it is when you travel, but your clocking systems of each dimensional time lock system has to understand its calculation on its wind cycle. We'll get into the wind cycles, we'll get into the spectrum lights, and we'll get into each level connections and how you're calculated, modified to your millenniums. Okay, we're going to go into the sprockets of communications of energy coil. An energy coil is an interference channel. That's a communication line, interference line center to your clocking connections. Better communications with the sun and better communications with the moon to its modem. All right. High trend line interference or anything prothesis, programmathesis, triangle thesis, position line interference. Tree send your calculation modifications to your line signals, to your laser locations, to your pyramidization core line connection. So it gets more complicated once you go to higher levels of the chakra system. All right. My avatar is still adjusting to the new center line of new rainbow television TV rotations. Yeah. 4 red box line is on refresh. Good. General, you talk very slow. You want me to talk fast? I took it. Yeah, the sprockets. Yeah. Yeah, it's like spokes on a bike. Brown line, purple. I don't want to go too fast to high rotation line center interference location communication line centers, clocking systems, dimension line interference line channels, open and ball, box lines, connections, reception interference locations. All your target communications are in line division line system, communication lines to which rotation positions and different line rotation connections. Ground line centers coming to power activation core line connection. Is that fast enough? So, yeah, we're coming into the sprockets. So your perception sees my voice box channel now. So everybody's at a different line through high positions. So if I put my finger up, right, like this, and all finger line rotations, 5 channels, 4 channels, 3, 2, 1. Okay. So you have to understand the travel direction of time. So you have to see your finger as a clock. Understand the little hand and the big hand and everything that's going around. That's you traveling, right? So if I do this, right, it all depends on distance, right? So this is 20,000 line perception locations of 60 seconds per minute, right? So it's all about, you can go through the same vector line center, all positions at 20,000, right? 3, 4, 5, right? So it all positions on you because each finger is a clocking system of a dimension. So it's very powerful when we come into that position. I don't get too complicated, but we're going to the sprockets. That's going to be fun. All right. I've seen the dimensional Garden of Eden 5 million years in the future. Oh, great, Lieutenant. 2 clocking is setting. My avatar is still adjusting. Great. Good, Commander. Let's see. You're talking green lines, not general. Yes, I am. Very good, Alan. Make your line centers. Very good. Excellent. Your digital line center is good. Inbox position. Excellent. All right. So when you get into communication interference to your position line connections, you guys understand more of your activation of your computers. So you get into more mod telepathy, and you'll fast the channel rotation to its connections, box line center to its circle rotations to its 369, or think through its diamond core to its clocking line connections. See? Clocking line connections. Clocking line connections. Clocking line connections. 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Right? So you have to learn how to do everything in the graph system through the atmospheric rotations. Right? All right. Yeah, you're catching up. That's great. I see mother, father coming in, almost complete balance. Oh, that's good, Commander. They're showing me their alignment soon. Yep, exactly where they are. And that's what you want. Right? See, father and mother have been doing this for very long. They've been doing this, on so many generation cycles. You have to understand what father is. We'll get into much, much later. Until you guys go to higher levels, you have to understand your programs of 114 of channels to your TV reception line center rotations to all levels of what you channel through. Okay, that's important to understand all levels of your TV reception and your interference locations. All right. So, yep. My spokes on my clock are bursting into an exploding atom. Very good, Commander. My clock is a golden atom. Lake, yeah. I've seen 3 green vertical lines close together on the right and a huge, thick vertical purple line right in front of me. Okay, so what does that mean to you, Christopher? Think about it. Everybody's different. You don't see the same thing. You're in a different clocking system, different coloration, different light, different perception, different TV, different box, different computer, different chakra system. All right. So if you're seeing three green vertical lines close together on the right, and a huge, thick vertical purple line right in front of me, what does that mean? What does it mean? Think of TV reception. All right. 3 vertical lines, the triangle line center, right? It's purple, right? Depending on what color it is, right? So you're interconnecting with the sun of triangle line interference into 3 green line rotations to your receptors. All right, that's what it means. All right, so let's see here. I think I got caught up in all your questions here. Yeah, so for now on, guys, it's going to get really easy for you now because you understand more of yourself inside, right? But don't try to heal anybody else. Just heal yourself. Once you get to 114, then you can be able to heal people a bit more because you have to understand all levels of 3 location line centers: the physical, the computer system of them, and their cell modification line centers or the connections, the reproductive system. You have to understand the particles and the cells because it comes in one, right? You have to understand the physical line system because it comes in one. You have to understand the computer system because it comes in one, right? So you take the physical, the computer, and the cell into one. Same with your past, present, and future into one. Your chakra system into one. right? Everything has to come into one, right? And the full cycle will come in its rotation. So much to learn. And this is already stuff that you already know. This is already what you know. And now you're learning more, right? So, all right. I thought I knew myself inside. Yeah, blue triangle, yellow and green. Infusion, yep. I can see the pixels among other things. Colors was very vivid in beginning, and now one atom is splitting, which is something related to you, but souls is telling me that is me. Yeah, so Lauren's coming into her own TV of an atom line center. She's seeing herself through her own reflection of an atom. All right, that's very powerful. All right. Seen from perspective of Mother Earth and her relationship with Father Son, I see the darkness, shadows, and the moon so differently from her perspective. See? So she's seen the eye circles of Mother Earth now and Father rotation. So it's all about anchoring and retrieving memories I lost. Yep, that's all it is, Lauren. Remembering how to understand myself. You're talking so fast, your mouth can't keep up. Bing, bang, boom. Yeah, so you guys are learning more and more, and it gets easier. It gets a lot more easier. And eventually, when you understand the mastering of you through all calculation of your physical, your computers, and everything through your alignments of your cell reproductive system, then you can start healing your children's, because you have to go inside to see what's going on, right? Because it's all connected to wires. It's very confusing. But you have to stand the particles and the cells, because it is you. It's not just a part of you. It is you. And you have to understand how to use it through energy, right? So I could take a particle line center in position. It's going really, really fast, right? So let's say it's off system, right? This is the thought records of time, right? So I have to change the molecular structure. I have to change the airline center and fix the rotation of its clocking system. And it changes its positions. And I recenter the clock system, digital line center, fix it back in line system. See, that's it. Done. So it gets easier once you understand yourself inside, all through electricity. What it is, the calculations, right? It's all about balancing you, right? Yeah, Ellen, you're officially digitized and pixelated. My guts and the feelings much better now. See, there you go. I can't wait to find the teacher I requested for, because I wanted to know the history program that you Thunderbird. Yeah. You guys are catching on now, but you're starting to remember more, right? Through your cellulars. You have a cellular of an atom that has to stand you through pix activation to the reception line center. Everything's operated through the positions of the sun, and pixelation to its connections, right? Everything T reception line center, connects box line rotation. Everything through the moon is its program to its modem. It centralized your positions of your input and output circuits and its communications to chakra of its clocking systems. So, but you understand what it is, right? So when you get information from the sun or anything from the moon, you're going to get higher level rotations of data processing, like line centers. So you come into position to this, right? Let's say you change the coloration line center. This is a triangular rotations. You're going to come into high positions. This is where you come into the sprockets. You start with this position. So you see black on green, right? You have to understand what it is, right? Because the universe is sending something back to you. So you have to understand what it is through the program, because it could be a base, it could be a full line center, it could be anything in rotations, right? So it's all about understanding your programs of the grounds, the power of the astral line center line conditions, but it comes into all levels of its flux capacitor. So everything travels to high line rotations to understand that everything is given to you through program, all through letters, numbers, and shapes. This is all positions. So it's kind of like processing, you know, when you have a package and it's fragile and you put bubble wrap so it doesn't break. Well, That's what it is, the locations. So it's sending you information. You have to understand what it is through the black, circle, line, center, rotation positions, or anything connections, or anything your triangles, or anything through color into its flux capacitor. And then you take it out of the highlight rotation positions at its dimension to its line center. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 30. All right, there's 30 communication line centers all through a triangle. Okay, through its position, right? XT1000 comes in, modifies it to its line conditions, comes back, sends another information line center to your location line conditions, all levels of U through rotation. All right, scan your scan line centers. Hooah. Right? So it's all positioned to ground, solid powers, everything through E-force rotation position locations, right? So you can understand more connections to all levels of your grounds, your positions, your powers, your activation core line centers, all positions of U to one line connections, right? So sun graphing of a force field, all from the sun. Modifies line center rotation. Sun comes into location line system, right? Comes into colors line channel to its line system, right? Into that position, right? Comes into your mind line center, right? Sets up new quartz line rotation positions, right? Modifies your line center, change your particle light center to rotation line conditions. All around line centers come in. Changes your particle lights, all position locations, energize its light systems, particle connections, solar generation light systems into U of an atom line center. Hooah. All right. So truly understand what the sun does. Change your pixel activations in your TV receptors. Whoo, yeah. Right? It's very powerful when you come in that position locations, right? And everything through the moon is its modem. So the modem comes into rotation and calculations. All right. Let's go into line center here. All right. So the XT1000 takes off. Back into space. All right. So let's go in positions to the moon track center line center. All right. Now, the moon can be anything through fluctuation of interference of anything through channel. It's a pixel activation to its core line center to the sun. Your sun is everything through radiant emission line center rotations. Okay, there's the moon. All right, so when the moon comes in, it sets you up to your track rotations, comes into rotation to your crown chakra, which comes into the center of its atom line center rotations, comes into your right and around to its connection. It creates a ring of our sprocket system. The sprocket system, okay? The center line system is this atom, connects to the high level position to all positions of your input and your output line center to its ear track line conditions. All right, so once you send position locations, it high positions all levels of your flux capacitor and your ground line center locations. Hooah. All right, so there's a lot to learn. And how the moon sets you up in programs. All right, so let's see here. Okay. So much to learn. I want to, get back and I hear the water. I see the triangulation, the sun, the moon, in my heart, atom, perfect alignment, balance. Triangle, I know what it is. Okay. After class, So basically, I'm broadcasting literally all programs and all levels in space, time, gaining all, retrieving information, sending and receiving. There you go. That's all it is, Lauren. Understand the operation is another thing. So you love, feeling well. I understand, fully understand. Good. You're looking so great. Communicating. It's excellent. And all the waves in one. Yep. That's exactly what it is. All waters are collapsed. All waves are balanced and stored in my solar plexus. These is stop the time, bend the winds. Is the box center line going through the tunnel? Always supposed to be and going up. In the beginning, I saw the tunnel going south. Yeah, that's a good understanding there, Christopher. But you have to understand all levels of positions. Your sprocket line interference comes into its own proton line center rotations. All right, so then a position calculates modifies you, right? So it sparks its center like this, right? So in this understanding where you're traveling through all levels of your positions of your triangles of 3, 6, and 9, okay? Because that's what you're in. So if your spark reading line center, negative line center, it's going to go off system locations. It's going to hide channel to its off, and it's going to go into its sprocket. Sprocket is the center rotations. Positive, negative line rotation to its connections, right? So true to understand is that you got to get into the grounds of your operations to your powers and everything through your magnetic line of its communication cycle. Comes back down into the mind line center to high rotations to its ground line rotation to its position location, right? Once it gets into that, it gets into its modification of its tunnel interference, right? A lot to learn. All right. You got the belly hook. Neptune's fork. Yep. Oh, Solomon, how you doing? Yes, this is live. You keep coming on here. You're trying to see it. Is he pixelated? Is this a TV reception? Is this taped? I'm not sure if this is live because everybody sees different. You're different travel, different pixel, different activation all together, but you're connected to its alignment to each other, right? And that's how you're seeing things. My voice box is different. My perception is different. My coloration is different from all of you. You see me in all different level to your position. That's what's fascinating. Okay. So your general could be anywhere in all program of you to your pixel of coloration. So keep a triangle of yellow on the left side. Yeah. Here we have Solomon. Yeah. 4 settings, freedom. Yeah. But mostly understand your positions when you come into anything through the moon, right? That's the true understand. But you have to stand the sprocket interference where it comes into the inner and the outer line channel. So it's like this. That's what it's doing every single day, right? And it connects to the center line, which is here, right? Travels down here, goes to here, templates here, calculation, digital frame here, ear socket here, inner and outer line center in position, voice box channel, okay, your positions. It could be a triangle or where you are through a diamond. Shape rotation to its position goes down to the chakra system, back into the grounds, goes into the heart reactor to its center line system. Every single time you're traveling, it's always you, a security line defense. Every time you travel, you're putting up barriers and perimeters. You're protecting yourself every single time you go through locations, especially when you're channeling through high level systems to your TV box systems locations, right, to all levels of your teleportations. All right, to that connection. So, a lot to learn, eh? There's a lot going on, isn't there? So, all right, let's see here. Keep a triangle of yellow on the left on half pipe for communication. Here we have, yeah, we got position of that system. It's allocated to its timeline. All right, let's see. Do we position ourselves with our hands or from our heart? It's the heart. It's the heart through the portal. So the heart goes here, but you see it from here. So the heart comes out and it centers here and it comes out here. So it comes here, goes around, it goes through here. So it's a circle rotation. The sprocket is the center line center. So it's all about the inner line and the outer line system, right? The heart, so it's here, comes out here, starts here, and comes out here, right? Right? So it's truly standing to get the calculations to the sprocket interference, right? The ground line center is all position. That's the foundation you have. There's truly understand, especially when you're traveling through your chakra systems. Your computer line center and your receptors have to be in GPS track system. Calculation is modified line center, comes into your ear track rotations of the right and the left hemisphere rotations. That comes into your thought position locations, right? To your chakra centers of travels of this clock system. Okay. So also, besides grounding, how have I got myself during this last 30 years? Can you elaborate on the Y symbol, please? I think I forgot. Yeah, that's a Y line center line interference. That positions on your location standards. It positions to the sprocket interference line conditions. So if you're changing positions on anything through line connections, this is what you are. This is all you are. This is all you are to position line connections. To understand what it is, see calculation modification line center to its line system rotations. It's all position of you. You guys are coming into your electrical lights, panel interference, rotation line positions. This is you through calculations. All right, to understand how to travel through all levels of your position locations. Now, it's very complicated stuff if you don't understand your connections. So what's going on? Understanding your antennas, everything line connections, understanding your past, your present, and your future comes in rotation line position locations, right? Comes into high levels of circulation of your clocking system. See that? That's how it's set up. See that? You see how it's set up? You see how it's set up? Modified switch line system rotation to center line connections comes into, you guessed it. That's the eye. See the eye? The command center. Oh yeah, the vortex location interference line channel comes in center line and rotations. It's understanding what you're doing through calculations, right? Center's positions, and it comes into the fork of the center position locations. Let's put you in the center of operation to its connections, all right? So there's a lot to learn through the ground line centers, everything through the power rotations, and everything through your magnetics of your high line center to its connections. Okay? So once you get into that positions, you stand your all level systems. You guys are into your diamond cores. Everybody's in their 369 position line center location. Into connections. Everything is attached. Everything is attached to its lines and rotations. See that? There's the 369. Okay. This is the GFLs, and everything center line centers operate to its line conditions of circle rotations to its rebellion line center of its clocking system. Comes into its torical field to its line rotation to its communication line center. Comes into the activation line connections to its interference channel. It operates all levels to its connections, right? Channel rotations to the sun, channel rotations, all communications to the moon, right? Because you communicate with every single day. So the sun could be red. It all positions on you through pixel optical line center. And the moon could be green. The moon's any color. It's your rainbow. It's your activation line center. It's your emotional track. It's all position of you. It's a moonbeam. It's everything through calculations, right? So you got two division line centers, everything to the high positions, right? To the sun and to the moon. Now that's your behavior line center to diamond core line rotation. It comes in position, goes through its stream, and comes in position like this. It's calculation, right? Now change the line condition interference positions. If the sun wants to come in, it has to communicate to the moon to rotation back in line center, right? You know exactly what you're doing every single day through that line center. So it can go upside, it can go downside, it can line signal, but I understand its clocking looking connections to all levels of its tetrahedron to its connection. It gets complicated, right? But it's very fantastic when you see these things, how it's all modified, all levels of the sun and everything through the moon, how it tracks your system on all levels of a torical field to your high positions of your tetrahedrons of travel. So everything connects to all rotation in positions. Once you come into your high level system, you can change all levels of your tesseracts, your Merkabahs, to high rotations. Narc line interference, position program line center line conditions, all positioning of you through track system. Dimension line centering, taken out of the equation line rotation, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 12. So you always start up at 12. If you want to go higher, you got to change the interference line center to positions of the center rotations to its connection to its diamond core line center, goes into positions to its activation system to the sun line connections. And you can change that positions. The moon comes in positions. This is where it comes to the sprocket interference. Sprocket interference channels back to the moon line center. Moon comes in position line center. changes colorations into high positions. So the same color line center of communications to the sun. All right. So the sun and the moon become the same color. This is understanding what's going on through line of rotations. Comes into the center rotation, changes all levels of your direction. Gets complicated as we go along, but this is extremely high rise line center. Okay. So this is about 250 million years in high rotations on how the sun and the moon operates in all levels of your tesseracts, your Merkabahs, your torical fields, your energy line centers, your socket interference, your moon program line centers, your moonbeam location line connections, all positions to the sun and the moon, to its high line center, to its diamond core line center, to your 369s, or anything through your rebellion of your clocking system of diamond core resistance position to its connection. So, that's a Trinity standing where you guys have to understand what the sun is. And what does the mean? What does it mean to you? What is the moon? What does the moon mean to you? Right? That's a true understanding. What I go through every single day when I travel. Right? All through clocking. All right. So we're not going to get too far into that, but I know it's getting a little bit more confusing. But the Y is basically all positions of the flux capacitor. All right. Flux capacitor can line channel through anything rotations. In position and go into this connections. All right. Pay attention because that's also on the test. All right. This is on your test. All right. It's going to be easier. Trust me. All right. So once we come into that, we come into the flux to its line system rotations. Let's go into calculation modifying the line center here. Okay. So we go into the flux. Okay. Equals Y. Okay. Flux equals Y. Now the Y line center goes in position like this. Y line center goes in position like this. Y line center goes in position like this. The drag line center rotation connections. It high positions to its high line center to its connections. All right. So it's amazing what the Y can do to all rotation communications. So it's all about understanding how to use your point line centers to its rotation to its connections. Now it's going to get complicated stuff. And this is where you come into, back force line center, C-trap line center, point line center rotations. Diamond core comes to rotations, activation core line center. You got your connections to level systems, so your tesseracts or your tetrahedrons or line out rotation connections. High positions to is allocating line center rotations to its calculation. So it's all in position location. All right. So it's all about understanding how to take the flux equals Y communications and signal it to all level rotation to its connection of its position. Traveling through compilation to one line center, to one atom rotation, to everything through calculation, to high rail line center to its connection of its flux and passive interference, all in one signal to an atom rotation. How to line signal everything in one system, in one compilation to one graph line center to its connections, right? Simultaneously traveling extremely fast all through an atom. Okay? So there's a lot to learn, eh? It's come along. Nice visual, Smith. I can see that they stack the torus ring donuts in a figure 8. Mm-hmm. So I'm channeling the operation of the eye. Interesting. Yeah, I needed the visual. Thank you. You're welcome. You guys are connecting. Great to see that. Okay. All right. Pyramid. Mm-hmm. I'm seeing a massive ship right in front of us. Does anyone else see that? I just got it now and I fix my clock and then I go into desired location. Bing, bang, boom. That's incredible. Yeah. Yeah. So truly understand positions, right? Because it's important to understand these. Like I said, don't think of the test, review, and evaluations because rebellion is going to go into that. And so is the all positions of you through calculations, right? When you get the test, review, and evaluation. Don't think of it as pressure. Just think of it as you guys communicating to each other. But it's fascinating when you communicate to the sun and the moon every single day through travel, all through coloration. Okay? So there's a lot to learn. And you guys are just getting the aspects on how to understand anything through your positions of your clocking systems, of what you watch on TV, right? So that's going to help you out in all ways and forms when you come to position locations, and how you understand more of travel recognition of time, and how you change your particle lights, or anything sun rotations, or anything pixel activation light centers, all given to you through travel recognition of time through the sun. Okay, so it's all about you understanding how you can go back and know exactly where everything is. Right, try to understand what everything is calculated. We started with a position like this, how we came into the rebellion equals box plasma, the connections, how it goes into all 3, 6, and 9 pyramids, your diamond core line centers, everything allocating line center equals box to its position point line center rotations. That's the test, right? So you have to learn how to fluctuate faster. It's a YV line center line conditions. It's all about more solar memory to its position line conditions of what it is, right? Coming into Mother Earth, right? So you guys are getting more balanced now, right, through your travels. And that's what we want in that positions into high line center conditions to get more communications to planet line centers. So the sprocket interference will get more into your memories of what's going on. So it's going to fast track faster. You know, it's going to go in and send it out. It's like, right? You can do it here, but the reason why you don't see me with two hands most of the time, I just do one, is because I always have the connection to the flux capacitor. I know exactly where everything is going. I know exactly where everything has to leave in position. So it's all about understanding you through location, through your clocking system. But every single day you get up in the morning, your chakra system has to be in the flux capacitor of its clocking system to balance where you are through its locations. Okay. So, all right. So that's exactly what it is to opposition. So you're going to find more adjustments, more recalculations, more activation line centers, more modification centers, more activation cycles, highline center, rotations off system, recalibrating, resurfacing, readjusting, realigning, the analytical graphing is off system. You're going to get more and more and more and more and more and more each day, all through letters, numbers, and shapes. All right. So I think we're good. You know, we learned a lot today, didn't we? Collapsing timelines. Yep. Breaking everything down, bringing everything back up. Yeah, pieces of the puzzles. That's what you want to do. All right. So basically, I think I might have time to go live, right? If not, I'll be out for the day, but I'll be coming back. Hopefully, I can go live with you guys. And you guys just have a great day. Adios.